In the He Said, She Said segment tonight, it's estimated that 12 million Americans have cosmetic surgery and procedures every year, and many of them are to improve looks. But obviously some of those people are mothers who leave the house looking one way and come home looking completely different, and the kids are going, ah! Well, now there's a children's book that deals with this new phenomenon. It is called My Beautiful Mommy. Joining us now to debate its merits, Mark Rudolph in San Francisco, Fox News analyst Margaret Hoover in New York. So, you know, it's pretty funny. Let's hold this book up. This is the book, My Beautiful Mommy. And, it's funny, but it isn't funny. I mean, here's the kid, and mom comes home, and all of a sudden mom's nose is a lot smaller than it was yesterday,
or no, mom comes home and she's got a bandage over her face, a bandage around her waist, a bandage on other parts of her body, and the kid's wondering, what did they do to my mom?
Going on? So what does the book tell the kid?
So actually, the book is pretty reasonable. The book is just a how-to guide with your kids. You sit down with them, you read it before the surgery, you read it during the surgery, you read it after. The kid realizes all of this is normal, their mom's going to be okay, and their mom's going to feel better about herself.
But the mom looks different, though.
The mom looks different, and they even say the mom looks prettier. And this is supposed to be good for the child to understand.
Do you think it's good?
Here's the problem. What is the problem, I think, with our culture that 40-year-old moms who have had 3 kids feel like they need to go get a nose job and a boob job and a tummy tuck so they can look like they did when they were 19 before they had kids?
But there's nothing wrong with looking good, Rudolph, is there? Is there anything wrong with this?
There's nothing wrong with looking good, but it depends on how you get there. I think this book is a very sad, pathetic statement about our superficial culture, especially about the way women behave. When a plasticized woman reminds me of a termite-infested house with fresh paint and new shutters. Beautiful on the outside, weak on the inside.
I don't know. Pamela Anderson may disagree with you on that. You know, I mean,
Bill O'Reilly may disagree with you on that, actually.
Now, you just say women. Some men get plastic surgery too, do they not?
Yeah, but women get 91% of it. And what mothers should be teaching their daughters is if you want a flat tummy, you go to the gym, you work out, you sweat, you sacrifice, you eat good food. You don't pay a couple of grand to some surgeon who brings in a Hoover vacuum cleaner to suck out the fat.
Oh, such an appropriate adjective, Mark. I really appreciate that.
She's offended by the Hoover reference, Rudolph.
Well, there are Hoover vacuum cleaners.
Isn't there, though, some substance to what Mark says? That children are now being taught immediate gratification. You don't have to work for the good bod. You don't have to eat the healthy food. You can go to Dr. X and he'll vacuum out the fat and make you look glamorous. And then the kid goes, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm not going to work for
What would be much more appropriate is if the mass media didn't send these notions that you've got to be skinny, you have to be all these things. The media. Look, I don't even
it's
look
my fault now. You're having cosmetic surgery.
No, Mark, actually, you would agree with me on this because you and I both agree that those women's magazines where you flip through every page and you see skinny person after skinny person with big and small stomachs. Look, this is not helpful for the women in our culture. What's helpful is develop a self-esteem, feel good about yourself, feel like you're a whole, complete person.
But that's not what this book is telling kids to do.
The book is preparing the kids for the harsh reality that their mom's coming home in bandages. What's wrong is that moms go home to get made up.
The magazines in this book are a reflection of what women are not doing. They're not causing women to do it. That's just nonsense what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying,
Little girls are growing up today thinking. Little girls are growing up today thinking that plastic surgery is a natural part of life. They don't know anything else. They're inheriting their mother's insecurities. And women shouldn't be doing this. Women should be focusing on building the foundations of their daughters and not just focusing on the external.
I couldn't agree with you more, Mark. I couldn't agree with you more.
What women really think about.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Women are the ones who are objectifying themselves.
Wouldn't it be great?
They should stop blaming men for objectifying them.
Wouldn't it be great, Mark, if nobody's blaming men for this, but wouldn't it be great if we lived in a culture where women feel just as good about themselves at 19 as they do at 40, as they do at 60, and there's this concept of aging gracefully, where you don't have to go to the hospital and get bandages all over yourself and read a children's book about it to your kids so that they don't freak out. The real notion is, how do you age gracefully?
So you're blaming women for all of this, Rudolph.
Well, that's appropriate. Mark's a misogynist.
For how they feel about themselves.
Mark, it's a lot bigger than just women. It's about a cultural issue. This is much larger than just women. This is a cultural concept we need to work on.
The culture is comprised of individuals.
Individuals who are men and women both.
No, but,
Yeah,
but
but
91%
women
of the
get
women,
91% of
women
these
are doing this
procedures.
thing. All right, I'm going to sum it up. I agree with you, Mark, that individual decisions have to drive a person's life, and if you're going to have plastic surgery, you should understand it's going to impact your children. I don't know about the dopey book. If you want to buy it, buy it. But I don't think there's anything wrong with improving yourself. I mean, I can't, so I would never do it. Did that come out right? But I can understand why people do it.